Poops, Nyaka Pips, Mommies, Poppies, the Shamboms, and the Shamboms. Welcome. Yes, yeah, live stream bro every Sunday evening. It's called For the Culture for a reason. We dive into everything, every aspect of the culture, and then we serve it to you like it's hot. My name is DJ Slim one more time, and I say thank you once again for joining me. You guys are amazing, super, super supportive, and I cannot say thank you enough to you guys, Charlie. Your journey on YouTube has been amazing. As it stands now, we're clocking at 96,000 subscribers. 96 key. Yo. Yeah, that's it. Mean to me can be my apart from some that will be or support here, making sure say we're put here in a year conversation beyond. You guys have been amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing, man. Big ups to everybody watching us right now. We are 19 people right now, so you can share the link and tell people to come through. It's a Sunday evening. Over here on the Pacific, it's a Sunday afternoon rather. But wherever you find yourself, I say thank you, and thank you for choosing that. Thank you for deciding to spend time with us today on the show. I'll zoom straight into action because we'll see about the Ane Abantino. Action now, na mekum quick briefly. Nema ekoso week in a rundown on am day, bro. Big shouts going out to Kwame Osei Owusu. Yes, Kwame Osei Owusu, Charlie. Unia de ba live na no PM. Mr. I see Mr. Drop Udina for me. Shout out real quick. You guys are super supportive. Shout out real quick. I see you at them. Ablevo. See equality. Great job. I see you too sweet. I say yes, Charlie. 96k, huge numbers, man. Charlie, thank you so much, man. Kwame Osei so I say can't wait for this week's rundown. This week, rundown. I hear I'm starting free. This week rundown, I'm starting free. Let me drop a couple of press releases and then we move on. I'm starting free FDA for release or about with respect to Tasty Tom tomato mix. Producers, why already and now they are two and real quick, respectively. Tasty Tom, we'll start from the first one out of 3, and then I'll start reading. Okay, so Shouts going to use Scabo Benjamin. You also here dropping us 5 emojis. Now, in a press release dated 3rd of August 2025, today being the 3rd, into next Sunday, 24-hour economy in here, Juma or Ghana, into FDA for Omo year Juma chese 247 Monday to Monday, no days off. Then Oma drop a letter be a chim say Oma suspended the manufacture of Tasty Tom tomato mix. The press release says Accra, dating Accra 2025 August 3rd. The Food and Drugs Authority, that's the FDA, has suspended the manufacture of Tasty Tom enriched tomato mix with immediate effect. A market recall of all canned tomato and rich tomato mix products and specific batch of the product in pouches. One was the na wo friend me atie no ha the was a pouch no and no ka ho asem e wo ha say yes was specific ones specific batches of the product that are in the pouches. They are talking about 380 grams and also the 105 kg pouches that was earlier directed by the FDA. Now, it goes on to say that the suspension follows consumer complaints and FDA's investigation of NutriFoods Ghana Limited manufacturing plant, which established infractions on standards and quality. Maintenance of the critical manufacturing equipment was poor, and the monitoring systems were inadequate to protect the health and safety. Or say, the lapses at the manufacturing plant affected the integrity of canned products by compromising the sealing mechanisms, leading to contamination and bloating the product in pouches. Do na tomato paste na kiti bi na shame. Amanfo etirem say my report to as say FDA e de omani akohwem hu say no problem wo ebi wo kra apam for person chezo ometi ade no so na mframa nkwa ne gine, but that's just on the other side. Let me go on to read what the press release says. I say mold was found on some of them, raising serious health and safety concerns, hence the suspension and product recall. This is a bit of na say tomato paste na nkasa no ube teso na say. Now, in line with the FDA's commitment to transparency and accountability, internal investigations have commenced to ascertain if there were regulatory lapses, particularly because Nutri-Food had earlier in January 2025 been barred from manufacturing the product. Hey. January no muka asema ma omunye na say what January February March April May June July August. Jesus is Lord. 8 months ni. And the product is still on the market. Wow. Let me finish up with the write-up, the release. Any dereliction of duty identified will be swiftly dealt with in order to strengthen the FDA's regulatory oversight. And the last page of the release says the authority advises consumers, retailers, and wholesalers to take note of this directive and act accordingly. We will continue to exercise rigorous oversight in accordance with our mandate to protect the public health and safety. For any further information regarding this publication, please contact the FDA or any contact below. And it's signed by the AG Chief Executive Officer for Food and Drugs Authority. That's the FDA. Ghana. We any assembly in our area. And I mean, when I saw it, it drew my attention to a couple of releases that they've done so far. Men who say or more yes, I releases maybe for others to know that maybe there's a certain product on the market and you're good for consumption. So well, it's in line, and they are on a drop. We are waiting to also hear from producers of Tasty Tom. Nice. It's important that we talk about it because in our day-to-day activity, Charlie, we buy food outside. Charlie, so if this is not of concern to you, no, so I think in it's January now, they ban a year Tasty Tom. So I think I've seen Tasty Tom on the shelves. Man, who Tasty Tom on the shelves? Yo, production also. Haven't you seen Tasty Tom on the shelves being sold this year? So if say January no more so why were we still seeing them? And answer now was for a specific batch of it. But anyway, oh man, Yankoswe now. I just wait. I mean, in near say Tasty Tom for penny for no so be out about my information because I can confidently say that before traveling, I think I've been outside the country for like a month. Yeah, virtually like a month and some weeks. Yeah, I'm fans about 6 weeks be. But before traveling, me and I mean who Tasty Tom was shelves so Ghana. So what happened? What exactly happened during that? So most catch so munjai in January 2025 they are. The NL system so I recall no ni man. What was it? Like adding to the take effect FDA mumra clean on that, and also penny forward Tasty Tom so mumra clean on that. Anyway, let's move on to other matters. I say people don't know what is going on. You don't know why it's going on. So real quick, Enra, there was a vigil for the late and legendary Dad Lumba. He has been in a conversation for a minute now. On a conversation, I can see it in Ghana, so now that Lumba conversation, you know, a little bit dicey, but also I think he's one of the artists that Ghana has here celebrating the year. Like you're celebrating when he was alive, and free monos was still celebration massive because since yesterday I watched the live stream from Independence Akon. I realized that Charlie was crazy. I don't think even say candle light for anybody in Ghana I drew that level. I've me sure. School me if I'm wrong. I mean, come into the comment section and let me know if you've seen a candlelight procession. Mr. Me read the comments. Me read the comments. If you've seen a candlelight vigil of anybody, it drew that level of that Lumba DNA and Rana. Mr. Also who be out there, just come through in the comment section and let me know. Just let me know. Just let me know in the comment section if you've actually seen any vigil anywhere with numbers as huge as that of that Lumba. Just write it if you've seen it, whether it's a president, whatever. I mean, we've lost 2 presidents. We've lost Atamels. We've lost Jerry John Rawlings. Even the 2, even Omumi and Umpono. Yeah, I'm telling you. Yo, everywhere. Shouts going out to you, Kwame Oseusu. Ose Slim was global. Canada had DS. Tottenham also had DS. No, there's nobody. There's nobody. So the conversation of that Lumba being celebrated, Ghana for celebrity and crop for we don't show love to our people. That conversation should end today. That conversation should end today. And I think it's because why Juma, Daddy Juma. Daddy Juma, papa, why Juma, because 33 albums. Yo, with a career spanning decades, consistency. Just watch the screens right now. Just watch on the screens right now. With a career that spans decades, so you realize that there's a Juma now. Why that a Juma or yeah, and no, and no, and a man for celebrating. So it's a how should I put it? It's a lesson to artists. It's a big lesson to artists. Say, Charlie, no chat. And come too much near my baby, near my be here, picking on unnecessary beefs, shading other artists and all that. To the best of my knowledge. Yes, Lumba, no beefs, no the downside. I think I did the dark side of that Lumba, and it's an editorial on this channel that you might want to watch maybe some other time that you're free. Listen, or on the downs as a human being, or on an enso, but on my human kasai most of the time. How responsive was that Lumba? When I met Sarkodie in one of my travels, I think we had a show. I was supposed to cover for a show I know about performer that was with the grandson of Bob Marley in New York. Now, this year, I said Daddy Lumba approach to life and the Jai CCA. And I use the Daddy Lumba approach, the term Daddy Lumba approach, because Daddy issues baby about Daddy. From so watching music producers, Eddie, from on a fellow artist issue, on another champion issues. Yo, there were so many things that about Daddy, but Daddy will address them, but at the appropriate time. Daddy, you know, ebia o hwa na nyumbi we yilan ebia shem no de atwi baako. Daddy will not spend time going to a studio and record a full day song for an artist. No. Never did I hear nankebede na yoya sa type of beef they kept it on wax, and it was commercially rewarding for them because or attacking a situation or attacking situation as a situation once you might find yourself in that situation someday, and then the lyrics of the song will apply to some situation, and then you will fall in love with the song. Eti Lumba nyuma amanfo na Lumba ne na champion nyum amanfo say wote compound house eno ne edebo amanfo akutia. Why? Because all those say be auto jab to a specific person or generalize no man represent a situation, and that's smartness. That is smartness. Yo, give it up for the legendary Dad Lumba. Charlie, baby, I will be Nyame fa crazy. Open. Why you juma papa? That's smartness. That is a level of smartness. Not that you will. That the other side of issues they are not to be a for is, you know, you can read it on multiple levels. Some had issues, especially with investors. Some had issues because Lumba knew his worth. Enti se ubuku no say one na be show. Number one, so no, you do not have right to a video content or audio content. Obeka chose there be ubuku me for performance. So let's stick to that. Se ope se ucha video of me performance now. It is another content that is also I was say a discuss. This is how smart daddy is, or daddy was. Right? Or see, performance na anima ka ho asemu. One can tell me say me performance no betwa. No asa akwa akoton. Debi. So I was explaining a situation that happened. An incident I was abrante ba ku bi asum. Event organizer ba ku na asum. And then he still had to beg because then and then he knew he was at fault. And that is knowing your worth. That is the type of worth or the type of value that Lumba had and the type of insight that he had. But we are talking about in an terms where Rebecca's SHS liver. But he knew so much about the business to say it's not even about your paper qualification. A human I will apply, the trade that I will apply. And he had time to study and understand it. Lumba show the camera see uko video professionally as an event organizer. Ubenya problem. I'm here to tell you that. Ubenya problem. Ubenya problem with daddy. One happened. That meaning I know others happened because on a year opinion a year Poji music production and film and music production. On any issue no na a hinge on Sadia no. Because Lumba say Legends and Legacy Ball, ye onano, president bebaho, ye onano. But sa content no be film or film we are or turn sa content no for 300,000. Yo. Wow. Wako perform wa jini do wa jini performance fee no. But or say video no and so another content or movie. So that was the issue between Onone Poji say Omen Twenty Kana a yeni the on trim or quasi as to say befa na family. I mean that is Poji's thing. But the idea is what I really want to tell you guys is he understood the business and he made sure that he was milking every possible avenue because what say a music structure na Ghana no, whether it's royalties, whether it's a solid sir, the biggest cash flow is from performance. And sir cash flow na free performance and what else can I do with respect to performance for me to maximize profit? And then he realized that okay, send it performance near content there. Sir content near recording, so it's also another content, it's also another income basket. I don't know something far more before, and that's smartness, that's genius of that Lumba. Yo, Charlie. Me say young ones, you know, watch that Lumba, pick one or two things from him. Now, if bra, the dark ones or the bad side of it, you know, they are torturing. But the a business, a trader woman, Suana also fabo bra. Now, that Lumba who has some day, nothing. We are going to talk about a video that happened yesterday, and I say this one more time. Say is the biggest that I've ever seen. I don't think any artist would ever get that type in our lifetime or in our generation. Sure, maybe artists be bosses here or also putting in the work, and maybe nyame ebuano mano eye Ebi anipa ne betimi ayes also be achieve sad ne bi. So I'm not saying in like say be obi antimi nye bi say impossible, but well, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Anyway, maybe I try one thing about the candle light and as a visual, of course, for that Lumba that everybody is talking about. It's about I think say before the jam session, no, or more if I show starting now, no, there were artists who were doing, and these are visual artists who were doing more painty that Lumba, or more painty, like they had a blank canvas and they were supposed to paint that Lumba. And then they will present it to the family for normally flowers underneath it. And of course, industry stakeholders be bringing so be lay almost flowers for solidarity purposes. So they did that. Two artists, producer, two artists, now the one that caught attention was a lady who did an artwork of that Lumba, and producer Fatu Adiano. So now, Charlie, I mean, your observation on this. Just keep it on it, producer. I want people to tell me how they feel about it. We're on a stream. We're on a live stream. So, what if let them tell us how they feel about this. I really want your expert opinion on this. Pacho Abrante no Jina Hona Waboniti na or had no for me that Lumba e babako. That Lumba babako no any Abrante. I want you guys to be sincere. We have 28 people watching us right now. You guys should tell us exactly what you see and your opinion on it before I drop some gems. Kwame Osei say apparently she is a caricature artist too. No problem. But how do you feel about it, Kwame? How do you feel about this one? Let's keep it personal. How you feel about this piece on a night like this? How do you feel about it? So that we do some education. But yeah, education, get to and then. Or say caricature artist, so that is how it's supposed to appear. Okay. I want you guys to come to me, so comment, typo. How do you feel about this? How do you feel about this particular piece? How do you feel about this particular caricature? Kwame Asabebi or say it's not good at all. Okay. So let me drop some education on this. Someone say caricature, right? Well, I decided to dig because I did a video and I posted and people are like, Slim, you for learn. You don't know this thing, you for learn. Cool. It's called a caricature. Well, as usual, I was say call online because me my visual art until I was say call online, I'm a call here. Cool. So this is what I found out. And it says a caricature is a style of art where a person's distinctive features or expressions are exaggerated for comic or dramatic effect. I'll take it again. A caricature is a style of art where a person's distinctive features or expressions are exaggerated for comic or dramatic effect. For comic and dramatic effect. Lord have mercy. Now continue. It's often used in portrait to create a humorous or satirical representation of someone. Or say it is often used in portrait to create a humorous or satirical representation of someone. If you get where we are going, just come through in the comment section. If you get the drift of this, just come through. Someone say a caricature, meboa. No problem. Now, caricature, no, the key characteristics of a caricature art. Number one is exaggeration. Big head, long nose, large eyes, or other emphasized traits. Into no, nipa na o draw no. Yes, say, ebi a na no swan, ye na no kese. Caricature no, man, no nye kese. Said the amount for who or many beje. Yeah. It's for comic relief. Yes, the sre. Yeah, the sre. Caricature, yeah, the sre. Yeah, sre. Into ohwe. A newspaper mo tilapia. Sa tilapia ni akusu ya unso ya no mo ye political omo na caricature for no caricature omo no. Key characteristics of a caricature art a recognition. So despite say the thing has been distorted, despite say ade no say bia na ni so ayama na ni ayekese no, still I was so huna utimi huni pakro. These are the characteristics of a caricature artwork. Uhuna I was so utimi hu se nipa ni nie. Enti na ni kura no aye ne kese na no aye ne kese na fro no aye na kese still I will see etimi hu nipa no. Characteristic number 3, or see humor or satire. Or say it is often used in political cartoons, comedy, and editorial illustrations. This is it. And medical culture, also daily graphic, other printed media, no. Uji most of the time you draw mu bebre. Tilapia na kusu omo adwuma omo ya no. Omo draw mu bebre wom. Or say it's a stylized drawing. It is not realistic. It leans into artistic freedom and interpretation. So it's based on nipa no draw no how hunu and how we interpret it. No problem. Ochirem examples, political cartoons in newspapers, theme park, or street artists drawing tourists. And I don't know, for people who've traveled, be I call a park be so be no draw a man for cotton albums or draw no sa be no more there. There was celebrity caricatures, of course, that Lumba, celebrity. With exaggerated smiles or hairstyles. And you know, once that Lumba said they no bone it. So the woman is not actually wrong. Say how or draw a picture of Lumba will cry or draw or yen tree near, you know. Oh, are they on your wrong or cry? But then this is where it gets interesting. So we want to know, inquiry minds want to know, when can it be appropriate for you to, because I wanted to know, I was asking AI a couple of questions. Say, is it important and is it appropriate for an artist to use caricature in a situation like this? I was asking AI, I was Googling, me ko Google, na mebusa, say, obi ntre me, say, ye yusu, ne kwanso no, caricature ne kwanso no, so yeah. Especially for celebration of life. Also, yeah. If the person is known for their humor, their joy and vibrant personality, a caricature might reflect that spirit. For celebration of life. If the person is known, say, oh, ne dear no, oh, na ne ho esre, ne ho anika. Say, oh, yeah, caricature in for celebration of life. Oh, are they? Any bad? There's also personal touch that says at informal gatherings or family created tribute, it can add warmth and familiarity. Ti ebia oh ye dia rehuo ni mu nipa ni yenim se o ye obi o man amanfo ani gi ebia maybe a comedian or maybe a philanthropist or something. Yeah, I mean, oh yeah, now your caricature man afuno ya kakraka me ebe ma amanfo, I mean, you can soften the season a little bit. There's also thematic memorials. If the event is light-hearted, like a celebration of life, rather than a funeral, it may fit well. Or see, it may fit well. When can it be appropriate for you to use a caricature? That is if the family approves. That's the most important thing. If the family approves. it should be approved by the family or those closest to the family before you can do a caricature for a person if we are celebrating the life of a person. So my big question, maybe Sani say, me pacho na family ne ya aware in a case like this, say bibi say be koso. Me say who na family ne ya aware say be a caricature version of that Lumba on a vigil. Because me time I'm joining streams in the stream, there were over 60K people watching. Apart from the number of people that were there, online crazy. So you realize say omubie omudane sa woman ne artwork uti bi o amafozu ba o de yen koso e. When it is not appropriate, there is an event, whether it's a formal or religious ceremony, that is where they go on to explain that traditional services usually require more respectful and realistic imagery. And much more respectful. The word is respect. Because that Lumba and commanders are respect now. He commands that. He wields that power. Even in the afterlife. He had it. Into okasa wawumpono otimi fele Independence Square wawu or fele. So this is a person of respect, and in that situation it requires more realistic imagery. Why is everybody not talking about back on artists, back on the end? Why is everybody talking about this? It is not appropriate because it feels disrespectful. If a caricature exaggerates features in a way that it could be seen as mocking or irreverent, especially to older or more conservative attendees, it is, Charlie, that Lumba is 60 years, bro. Daddy is 60. What are you guys talking about? 60 years. When it is not appropriate for you to use a caricature for an event, you know, if the deceased was private or reserved, it is not a good time for you to use it. Because a caricature might not align with how they want to have their dead person remembered. And you be so no the banner also for picture no to be so we have picture no the banner cry hard you know say huh. These people don't they respect Fatus wo they also fatus. Ne banner yam shie no ne banner yam shie daddy banner. So huh. Me papa na oh yo. Oh Charlie. Yo, the most important thing here, the respect are not daddy crano. I think, and I'll say I, because media, and I can see lots of comments here in the comment section. People also side with the decision. Say for a person of high respect like that Lumba, a caricature is not a good representation of him on a night like that. Ebia, so obeye sadie we di akoche no wokokuamu affair enough, but this is a no for me. And I can read a couple of messages that I have here that people are saying, say, no. Caricature and was saying, I tell you, this person, this artwork looks like Dasibre Dramana. Or said Dasibre Dramana. The lady spent so much time painting the Ghana flag away, training a friend saying, Apawane won't change so much that she did not even pay close attention to the drawing. This guy doesn't look like that Lumba. Why in a temple kakraka say, what is this? What is this? Nah, we for lash this woman. We for lash him.
Really, nigga? Really, nigga?
That's 70. Yo. Basa na me raho. My main kind message is Nivea. Augustus Bryant. I said, Big Slim, you've explained it well. But Daddy isn't a comedian, so it's still bad. Exactly. Kwame Usupesu says, I don't know that Lumba or problem, and they should have a problem with that Lumba. Because Adam Aglevo, shouts going out to you, equality. How you doing, bro? I said, what is this? This one is not even Daddy. This, I'm telling you, this is not Daddy Lumba. I think she was giving no her picture for us. No her picture for us. I'm telling you, they gave the Nipako man the picture. I saw her so no man that's a big drama. Augustus, just going out to you. I say, watching you from Scotland. Continue with the good work, Slim. Thank you, my brother. Some of what you say more fire, Slim Charlie. I see you, Fifi. You say he commands respect, so the pick was not right on any given day. Fifi from Newtown, just going out to you, man. Eden was street is watching. Big ups to you, Charlie. I can go on and explain the other side of it for you. I mean, it is highly recommended that if you are considering using a caricature in a memorial context, if you want to use a caricature in a memorial context, number one, make it tasteful, a gentle exaggeration, and not in a mockery way, not in a way to mock the person. If you want to use a year say and I say be a candlelight procession like this one, if you want to do a caricature, use a caricature in representation, make it tasteful. The caricature culture actually tells you to exaggerate the distinctive features of the person, but make it tasteful. Balance it. Maybe pair it with a more formal photo elsewhere in the program, like balance. And most importantly, the last verse was say, ask the family. Always get consent, especially for public or shared memorials. If it is not a private event, even if it's a private event, ask the family if that's how they want their person to be remembered. Ask the family, Busa, seek consent. And I can tell you something, yes, sure. Maybe I'm a tenor, me share me space winner, I can tell you something, yes, sure, say family, no. Busa, family, no. Me papa una ye caricature eba you join I'm telling you join my father. O de papa una ye caricature bisa na fabra ho. Ubedi nechi. Ubedi nechi. Not for that. Yo. May you so rest in perfect peace. The candlelight video procession, shouts going out to the Creative Arts community. You guys did amazing with this, and I can't wait for the Kumasi version. So Kumasi version, no, I'm waiting for it. I'm so much waiting for it. Although I can't be there, but my spirit will always be with you guys. Spirit will always be with you guys. God bless you so much, Creative Arts Council. And Penyufo call shouts going out to my godfather, DJ Andy Dusty. Last will BMU Lumba mixes beyond Jack na no shipa godfather baby I will be me too chema me too chema godfather me too eche ema. Anyway, yeah, jump on to the next one. Entwibua siako. Oh, busa flowers no. Onwara nini brew bed yeah. Mira, what's it in you? What's it? Oh, Entwibua siako. As the flowers, oh, nini brew bed, onwara nini brew bed yeah. Mira, what's it in you? What's it? Wumbo. Bum bum. Bum bum. Bum bum. Bum bum. Oh. Bum bum. Yadruso. Now let me address the elephant in the room. With that being said, there's no elephant here. But week way anko na wie without Kojon Cancer. Lil Wayne, a premiere of the movie. Na enunti wogina so ye na anwen so be disrespect ni pe we wiase nyina because of attraction or media attraction no obi a no obi didi natem ode kofa ajaku aso ye ekoka nsem bebre efa ajaku ho when he went on to Love FM na ochire mu se ajaku sisi na yiase e na ogbo ne nyom. I want you guys to watch this one. Producers, why you ready? How I'll answer, and I think I've done an editorial on it, but how I'll answer questions, let's watch it. I want to put everything in context before I address it again. Inti patrol producer say, "Oh, wait my flyer to so now flyer to so now fi akwa enemy in a more professional way." Kojon Cancer say, "Ejaku e perform e we yase or a former legend."
When last did you speak to Ejako?
Why?
Ejako.
Why?
When last did you speak to him?
Why?
Ejako.
Ejako. Oh.
When last did you speak to him?
What? Oh boy, yes you. And as I say, yeah, boy, yes, 11.
When last did you talk? When last did you talk to Ejako?
Niki day.
Da bene da when Ejako di nkomo.
Ah, se kasa Afonso.
Ai, da bene da when Ejako di nkomo na wakọ no ne di nkomo.
Some ejuma.
Me ejuma.
Da bana ne asanka kasa
Endra.
Mo hani trambo. Mo hani trambo na.
Yeah, beg. And
my house. And we neighbor.
And aside that, we are friends beyond work.
Yeah,
exactly.
Once you man, Sebi, and to Queen, Umpa, you will be creative beef. What does I see? We'll be on where stay there. I tell cool, I come to be a one. We'll be at in fee, we'll be an. You bet she is a program, I see. And maybe a Sebi, maybe I want to see in your vision.
True. I love the answer now with the amameno. I'm asking this because me himself will bet TB and I want TB. You want TB grandpa, your ben will cry betty about the culture. There's this notion out there I say in Tawan Tawabi, I mean for specifically names. In Tawan Tawabi Edda, a woman came specifically with the Kuma Wood stars. How true is that?
I say Mumsi says if you be not about one from Fizzy and I'm sad together. You will be able to fee. I'd say, you should be anyway. If you number can't for many, when you are like emotion. A question, oh, the way like meeting and Cassa or Moncassa. In your bonny, I was say, 7 limit way, 7 2 idea. I've been trying to star or charging. Maybe a charging panta, depending if you feel own chances can ever family. To be no way share you, Mamma, Quayajuma. Say if you and gave a good beer for me. But since the pass down to it be a mountain so. Ubi organizer, event organizer, we are Saturday moving for the bush, or is a issue. Nehus canon, so a song of fun that. Until I'm sacrifice sanity, they can afford Canabado so sell when they mean I can't pass. And a mimma from na police and war himself only a man. Memna from Namin to Miniscano. Namin Manamusa and Paquinian. Tina many like it, you might about manage to near Juma are very powerful. And Robert can say, you should be into who or issue. First case, Abra, Fred Papaja, friend me, Fugakuman. The one between us and Papa issue. Yes. It should be a silent system. Then I bounce a woman, and we get the bit said, the American came. Once I make a bomb and I'm to throw right, right to so. I saw Biakan or Biamre, Onsa. Also, my dear Debbie. Yes, your man, you'll be answering canon. Ye be. If my back to send me a best, was a proof also your best. Then I did bounce by best. Answer. Then I come out to be at the dinner to say, Mentesi. I want to money be any name was so bomb by a boy. Nice one. Maybe I'm confident.
And one and also the pump penal. You're kind of cranny and sanity, and it's good here. Well,
okay. Producer, me that's it. This is what he said about Ejako. Na be editorial back and You know, Kuma would nimun sensem. I'm not really well versed in them. In fact, there are some actors and actresses unless say obi be me say yes we say you know me top ones na ya na bebre o I mean share them ni so for clarity I decided to invite 4 people. In fact I invited 5. Wow, okay, we a regular viewer of this channel no unim say we do that most of the time. So at the topic I be me pe obi enso version of it no yeah editorial me pe obi side of it no me inviting the panel man back platform so I've done that with so many people. Mene Clement of Gossip 24 ya be mene Kojo Sheldon why many headless YouTuber. Once you're a content creator, you're a media personality, I mean, you're a pundit, that's a resource person. I'll engage you to find out your take on these issues. So I engaged number 1, a Kumawood blogger or blogging more about Kumawood and their activities. Alexis, the godson of the Godson TV. Open baby, I will be a church or an me invite an actor and also a musician. Same respect as Kojon Kansalo when me engage Frank Narrow. Me engage Sammy Rasta a director, movie director. So he knows about Kuma would ne emuns and 17. I engage on also to find out on also the views on the statement that was made by Kojon Kansa Lewin. They expressed them. I mean, me na me host so in that particular video, man can't me point of view. Me point of view, how I feel or how I felt about a interview Akojon Kansa you know. Man come me there. I could have, but I'm coming there. And there are reasons for that. By a room. Okay. Right after the interview, Kojon Kansa jumps on his TikTok and he did the attempt there me fan kwa. I did the attempt. DJ Slim na Fuka crack can say. Producer, if you have that video, so on Quadia Mami, so just let me know. Send me a message, let me know. If you have it, you can play it for people to understand. Say, this is what exactly Lil Wayne said about me. If you have it, producer, or what? My infantum for Lil Wayne reaction to Adena. Me and Yemen I can you, but I'll see a young fan say a fat. I want my platform so let me put it that way. I want my platform so. Until did the attempt the obwa. Oh, did him attempt? And when I came across that video, because people were tagging me, I was like, well, yo, now what is our? We don't answer what Jimmy's are. I could have said what I wanted to say, but at least maybe obuoma a branch back one and I'm a friend money. If it was just you, because we've made a Kojon Kansa. These are some of the relationships maybe people do not know. And it's a relationship that dates way back. Relationship I date way back over some this year, this year, it can be 10 plus years. And there are times that I can personally be or I'm meeting issue we need about only wait time. I pick up a phone personally and call you. So could you adie we are we tobo. Especially a jumana o ye involve others. Say what the podcast be so cry na bia wo kire wa adwen a won fo bia ho de a. Fair enough. Anu pokrasti wo be hia nipa. But ene could you anyway problem. Ochina could you anyway problem. Ochina Udi nkwasi asama to the extent say in 2014 you made a very, very distasteful joke on stage and you were close to getting signed from MTN. Ubenya brand endorsement deal from MTN because of that distasteful joke. And you were blaming it on say joke na landed into DJ Black Cat, you know, a joke na landed so people did not get it. You were making a joke about weed. Uba odibe uyi na adie woman we na say hey chef tobo ase mpanyin for has he. So no we and show them no more. Now then I feel now be marketing for we. Oh yo, he lost that deal because of that. He lost that deal because of that. Producer, me person wo boss a video we. Na amanfo hu nsem a Kwadwo Nkansa kafa me ho. Na afi me ntoa so.
DJ Slim.
I don't know what
Why kwasi apa?
DJ Slim.
I won't answer.
DJ Slim so be
Then a full section.
I don't know what
yawa Kwadwo Nkansa na yare bi awowa eba ebrano brano ankrofo hu sede
Kasa sa no. O me nya so. Na me chichi waso. O be ho so ai be de e be chinkran. O meje asi no sita. Ti be na chi ha. TV station be na.
It be 7.
Ti bom. Private jet when into the movie industry.
How?
Oh, penny ba ko so a.
Now ko say do to be trusted.
As a agenda.
National security. Coordinator na. Coordinator na kada. Wo do.
Che. Ono.
kila wo mo kan wa sama
Onya forest. No, o kan yam ya.
Yes, sure, that's slim can.
O kan bi. O kan yo. O kan yam na o kan. Sa kan papa na maye no. Kan kan ho.
platform na go for bass betcho
Oh,
Slim.
and you know, Slim to go far.
Ono aka said.
Slim.
Alexis
What about honest one what you say Slim. Answer me I do for interview no. On so interview that. No, my question was for who want it. Slim go far good be trans. E be kan say me yanyuma. Mark Zia. Good is can go le me say. Na Mark ni me say. Go le win. Seb ni friend go be san kwase we. Say Mark ni ko je ka gua be say. Ba ka gua. Oh, and mention now. Me makasima na ko pe enyansafa be tra platform so ma o ma be kasia se mu yama jibi ka de the platform so no we invite summit play ono a movie editor no sa that on ti men ntine ne we panelists TV station and not from o se chat that TV station and I talk of Frankenello. Eso wo sumi ana sa FB FB Alexis
Ono say why?
akona no adum TV ne otimba pure je asa tiri ba ya kope man no ko interview say han beto ka say tiri fi
Guy, mahono.
oh sa etu di Slim se unpa na unum nyansa Slim
Me ba be frero.
etu wo Slim ko na unum nyansa fanya safa ke be guso na etu ere aye kama na se mun nyina munum nyansa Messi mo
Okay. Me da as producer. Why you adwuma ni nyina? Why so why you adwuma ni nyina me da ase. Okay. Kwadwo Nkansa kan asem ba ku bi wo mo se one nkwasiafo enye interview ntina me interview ni da. One nkwasiafo enye interview ntimi interview ni da. Ne ye number 1, number 2. Okan guru asem of which my address in another editorial dada. Say me kofa guru betena me studio e ma guru kan asem fa no ho. Okay, so and also my address because number 1 I did not go in for guru and hitting me up say, oh, why are you ready for an interview session with me? And in the editorial I can't want me you know me chemu said there were even parts of the conversation that we had to take it out, especially me guru you know, because me say me no na me cherish relationship. Me number 1 me cherish relationship so only me dinner here. Me cherish relationship. I know some friends can have issues, and that is the typical situation. Because they a guru and Kwadwo Nkansa, any Remoni, there are issues between them because they used to be a pact. Now, minimisa because I performed as a DJ for both of them on several platforms. My boy, I'm on several stages across the country. I've been their DJ. I've been on the road with them. Inti me kasa asem we I'm saying from a place of insight because I'm a katim no. Okay, fast forward. Opinion ne say asema guru kan no. Guru ebeso chirim say microphone sia o kasa gua. Of which if you watch the interview session with me and Guru, he never said that. First and foremost, Guru and kasa asem no. Or say adding to get Kwadwo Nkansa went to even be on time. So be syncopation be cause between onuni beat, you know. And I am a living witness to that because Mene Kwame Eugene she studio and a recording. I think I don't know if it was me or the producer or one of them. And a hint was say Eugene and a Slim was studio. Oh, KC beat ho. And then you came over. Oba, you know. Ubeti and you ma mene Kwame Eugene, you know. And I also may find you, and I'm the chef Debbie, no idea. It's a big tune. Because Eugene had lost the files. Eugene sent me the song, and someone making a dirty bear. It's like, about 10 years, I said, I'm making you. Nana Kwame Eugene, I sent them a file that I was sending me a sketch on it, and he was on a flight from Portugal. He said he had the melodies, and it was like, oh, slim number, peso, a new way, man. So when he touched down, he hit the studio, he did the sketch and sent it to me. He said, be a cool with it. And I'm saying, yo, Eugene, this is fire, bro. You say so. But he lost the files to Oba Kumasi. We had to do it again with KC. We had to program the whole thing again with KC. And I own your information now about Oba Studio. Oba Studio na me ne kwadwon cancel win and record that. And I'll put this on the record till that day. And no, ain't no, me well convinced because it was hard for your studio, especially a Nyoma Kwame Eugene trauma. Mama anointing. Reba baba keke na obeye wotro. Braye. Reba so obe come and see so no. You know how fast he talks, right? Okasa as a screwdriver, sebe ewura ne to. As once atoy na ye chuma moto no. Sana kodun kansa. Sam. They said to get him to even be on time. And yon back one. Ye free wa humache. Enti assembly a guru can be an me confirm because I've recorded with you. So I know how the whole thing is. People who have also recorded with you wrote our mama trust in your mama Zach Mo who used to manage you. Young Chorus Mo Church, all the biggest songs are these songs were written by people and they all attest to the fact so it is hard for you to even be on time. And you beat in a bucket, it's hard for you to even be on time. But I need your opinion, you know. I could cancer say, well, that because a guru akasa, but that is guru take. What a guru take? How does it affect me? How does it affect me? That means a only guru what problem. I bet I'm a platform only man a problem. And that is stupidity. Into opinion, you know. I'm say a jam is so good, no. Nani anyo, because I did a video and I feel I'm a editorial. I say Jimmy na who Jimmy no. And I had to go and review his movie now, Opesa Oye. Into all disrespect to Obia, including a Jaku, a legend in the movie business. Of which they see a Nyamen Fasamba, a Jaku Freema, the type of reverence and respect that we give to that Lumba. I'm sure he's going to get equivalent of that. A person who was able to hold the movie industry, Abrana foreign movies at GC, GAC movie scene. Yo, put some respect on a Jaku. Yebusa sa oti eja ejanka edisei. See how you responded. Now, I want you to also pay attention as we play Ejako, how he embraced Lil Wayne or not. A man for Anna Eka say, oh, Ejako ne Lil Wayne was problem. See Nyansani reaction. I want you to watch this one and watch Nyansani reaction to a same question that was posed to you. Same question here, the man. Ye pozu bi to Ejako. Producer, Pacho, Bonnie Radi.
What do you say? I don't know for cash on Lil Wayne a problem.
Kwaju. Let me answer. I say, you know, you say, your honor, we say, Antonio Boani, Abedi Pilinka.
Yes, of course.
Obisi Daddy Lumba, and a champion yet in Casa been a choir, you know. Into now, I say, Kwaju, dear, some was set to sooner than buy Mikai Cabentum. No, man, maybe Casa say, Eja, Wadaruma, Mrs. Cinnamon, not Jackson Cabentum. Afrane ana wanga bi friend atobra
okay
oye costume wo na ye me namfo fo pa me ne wo mu ebi abra keke minimum wo mu pa chese me ne wo mu di nkomo wanga bi aba ye friend no
nkansa na yesi wo ye no ho strepa ye pese ye ma woni no e play role bi na mo yes ni we na say why not ye mu ye pese ye twa alatafu yi to obi aba prayer bi aba obetimi aba ade na ma ya mo nye mo obi amra na ye nye adwuma na je ye take lead no enti kwadwomi ni ya ohia me papa o chia me kama me so be nka no ho asembone bia wo ba bi me nyini se bi so a obeka me ho asembone o ba bi but ye nipa ye ko ye ni ma ye ko ide eye den a obenya nkofo bi etimi aka se oyo ni se da bi boni bi ani.
Okay. Producer, what says so at you? Man, the no one this time around, crowd here. I was here to me, to him. Producers who feel no, I can say amen, baby. I will be. Oh, so me that see. Partner bed, then I feel about juices in the hand. Yansaniak address the same question to my Jimmy Fono. Jimmy Fo could you cancel Louis no ya to be man Yansania Jaku. Wa kane kama. Mesa bo Yansani bako. Answer response to a same rumor of Omumienu, Aya Akabeneza. Another Yansani brilliant guy. Akabeneza, ya busane say Dr. Likey, it seems say one a year could you cancel Louis our problem. Na saying I mean, what is going on? What is actually causing the beef? Now, before you produce Abebono, Koyon Kansa call interview. Na jaba or jabono. Wakaya mani between Dr. Likey Juma or ye. Me say omo wa kwentu. And it's not even omo wa kwentu. Ghanaians near and far, home and abroad. If you go to their house, now on the TV, you're connected to internet. I'm telling you, you'll be watching Akabeneza one way or the other. Minim crowd the America, Ghana for minimum more America. I see, I mean, come feel because I only there Akabeneza. Hasn't he been able to also one way or the other stop the invasion of foreign content in our space? I also play the quota, but Yebusa Kojon cancel win. Because the same saying okay about YouTube edwuma no say no kafa ho but your producer fatum ni enko.
When last did you speak to Ejako? Ejako would start. How true is that?
Na manfo beka on say we see twam bi na ba want we see be aye nam start together e we you bi akon fi what say issue bi eno e bi na mbeka to me ne me like mo so no akwa say oh le we like mtimu na nkasa o mo nkasa enye boni ho akwese sebe limit we sebe to onya ade abiri ntwa ko e star o charge e bia charge ni pan charge no ni pan e be officer on ntua scan e me fa me ti be na no ma hia adwuma ma akoya adwuma se fi na nge be go bia fefe me be sense price down ntino e bia amount no so obi organizer event organizer onya satore mo fa na mo show da on satawa issue ni hu sika no so e so nkofa na dada entina mam sacrifice sanity dia de gana fo aka abedo so sele we ne menu akankasa ene me mafom na police na wo hwem se onu ye adwuma no mem na fom na mentimi nyisika no na me koye man na hu sampa hwe ni entem tina me ne like the adwuma here aba me ne chichiku mi ya adwuma very powerful and now because issue be who all piece issue no first case si abra frame papa eja frame me fuga kuma no the one be trying to sampa e be issue yes issue be no nje sanity system tena e ba so e boama emu ye debit say they make a kind. On say make a bomb and I'm to right. Right, so say me too. Also, be a can also be a emre. On sa. Also, my Debbie. Yes, your man, you'll be answering can ye be. If my back to say me a best. Also, prove also your best. Then I about to have a best nibi. On sa. Then I come as will be at the D.
Producer abaya me upay obi ese ebe 2 pay mo baya na fi asate so obeze ete so ana but for the right video no tum why for the right video no tum. This was when he was asked in an interview about movie friends say movie industry, you know, how it's growing and then how he came into disrespect Akabeneza any adwuma claiming say side jumano YouTube jumano and yeah no na save Ghana movie industry. No, it is not the thing. I mean, sometimes I understand kojo in sense be okay can or social media or because of the level of education. And I'm saying this not to shade Obi, but I'm saying this because any education as informal education, even a jumana kasa or no education, how suya a jumano rudiment no and no any idea because any classroom education kwa A B C D no and only education dabi adwuma bi a woyɛ bi a wo so usua ho ade nti sɛbe mpreduasa sɛ wonim sɛ woyɛ fitani ana sɛ woyɛ friend sɛ carpenter ni a wonim sɛ yɛde dadoa si ase a yɛmfa yɛn sa nto dadoa ne ti so dabi na saa wode hama ɛbɔ so ɛbɛbɔ nsa ɛno wasua biribi afiri ho but ɔno adwuma ɛyɛ movie adwuma na aka sɛ wonsua mu nneɛma so he doesn't understand the dynamics and say nneɛma change wo mu a wɔnte aseɛ the cinema culture is virtually dead worldwide. It's suffering worldwide. Cinema culture suffer worldwide. And with the invasion of streaming platforms and around streaming platforms, just say you can have a content and you can milk from it in different ways, shapes, and form. Onu kwadwo nkasa le win at the end of the day no the movie your country called Ghana here or they go to last hour ekoto he why go to YouTube it's here on YouTube. So why disrespect content creators on YouTube? Producers are ready. Me so fatum na fi am for enhwe eno so me so fatum na man for how he addressed a fellow in the industry. Fatum
But YouTube in the Peter movie industry, no. Just a can't be.
I'm not going to someone on your
Other on Tia said, Robert needs in better as I say. GSO electricity about $100,000. Here, money be independent, you know. Other, I quite say, oh, by GB tell you, Mamma, I quite say, what be he be, come maybe as was what you're. Yamazin is Islam, and I'm Islam, YouTube, like an age matter. We mean ya, only name now for age man. Move your movie. Move your make a be a make gangster where me back. Me that why me bar hasn't to boom away mudibachi. Over to charity. I was a healthy. Who would you want? Oh, need us pass it. Weapon as well with you. Yeah. Big coffee at him, Gabin said. And you are be enemy. I see. I get it. And then tell you to power to tell you for it. Else in the back on TV.
Ochirimo obi oho betuma twa YouTube saa so ne board ne tifie kura so enim kura so ye star kodun kansa le wen no so betuma twa YouTube but now ba otifie kura nim so ye star kopim say obeye the old fashioned movies ni bi na no ne be hu say ye star. And that's a direct jab to content creators who are online, especially people who know say when he break the success of Ebenezer, no. People who know as I'm not kind of be a who baby at but young query me can some when you know boom and I'm addressing Koyon cancer say when yai Jimino because Obabe premier movie bia no I na adwin say because ope explosion bia na so ope de be nintino he obia obedi natem obedi obiatem wa fra de akwa video de akwa akofro ejeko. And I'm sure in your next movie I heard the before president of the land now if you dey call we start every tune for we are we every tune for the president of the land. So Jimmy sir, you were riding around in Kumasi top speed all because we be premium movie you know. What could you see ready? With him in my me person me drew Ghana one-on-one. Now me addressing in a more professional way because we know where all these things are coming from. What could rent a car and a broom because of movie premiere? What the say Jimmy Sama obi eba crack it twa. Producer, put that picture on it. Put that picture on it. Could I keep 12 in a process like this? And you are still not as a nipa that's a near ya 9 months. Could I keep promising future? Yenim baby ananka kura we ubetimi enyina kwa kodru. Akura na hwene kwa because of Jimmy from your friend is saying a cast junction so Kumasi Anglican school your friends say school KTI ho to Amekum runabout on a busy day weekday kwan ben na wo ho a ubetu car tia so top speed sir because what Jimmy we kwasini nti we kwasini a sebi hu ska danti no na kaskan kwa papa ben mpo mesi anu meba so kodwo meba so iska na papa ben mpo sika sen kodwo wodi prum ni Jimmy ni nkrasesem sa wakunipa you a murderer wakunipa unim se eho enye highway ena wuti aso gidi na numpo no kra no the pattern na me dwan kra wo me say the shenanigans and the after adeni see no kra wie you know how he carried himself after that accident na musa kwa wu Jimmy e na na 30 delete number nyina free phone so me delete number ko nka say me delete number because when so Jimmy adwene dia ba ko kura ni utrim krasini pa proper krasini wa ya sei e de ya ta ukon asa akọ say kwa akọ play media antics wo sofo asore kojo nyam be tua wo kapa papa nyam be tua wo kapa papa na me addresses sa na nyina and I did a video and I posted it on TikTok. Producer was that video now for 2 months. Jimmy no movie papa ben na wo be ya wasa akọ a friend say Kumasi Central Business District on a busy day to Tuska any ade wo ho creating sabas na why adwen say wo hwe no who say yeah to the extent that a woman in fact obao wakra free fie ko wura ka na se enya ne yonko ba ono so ton ade sa time no hu ya nkaka ne se atwifa no so another person now the Jimmy Ben kwa kodon cancel we Jimmy Ben kwa woman complaining say time I hoye beja no now the first one is see no cranka second one awukwe make sure say security presence cra I'm not against you promoting your video no your movie whatever you call it I'm not against it but go through the proper structures because nka wunim nyansa first one is see ni ntino nka second one nka team ne beka cho and a team na wo nche ne sebe omunso nim nyansa come catch us first one de see ye nti ye bekwa kofa ba bi ye busy say dia security measures ben ye be put in place. What are some of the security measures we put in place? Said ye be ya bibi kwa nke kan fun bia kra be ka de ni biem. Mesi omom wo nten no. Sanka sebe omu nim nyansa. Wo de ye nisu agimi. Wo de na kodjon kansa de yes. May rest assured I am convinced so we kwasia straight away. And you may convince straight away so ekwasia ba mom won nchen na me bobuo na me nim se bi omu nim nyansa no se omu de ekun nkwasia fo papa obi ma me cry frefie abakrom ebedi dwa kakra dia kofia kohwe ne mba an incident that happened the last time went mensu ahu nyansa that involves the life of a person. Now me address is how we can ho asema Kwadwo Cancer now goes on his platform to post a video. I will tell him, say, me, DJ Slim, may you're ungrateful because in me dying times, and I'm here ska. Kwadwo Cancer say, Oma misika. Lord have mercy. Oma misika. I want us to watch the video. Me person producer, fasa video no tum na fi me ba. My be address it, and I will address the elephant in the room. Where?
Who say any would matem? You were from Americano. Abraham was S5. Na ni wife, ni yale. Na awakano. Na o share S5 na o pesika. Na me ma we money sika no de man no. No da sa enye ya. Ene se ni po e di matem. Me start moving on kan one some that. Em ho somebody what ma ko fa be good ne platform so e discuss about me. Abra previous movie a traffic day one be nyina won kan one some. Aba send the person yes ada no. Sada no ana ire yale awaka na ana sebsebe. O yes ka that time no. Won hia ya kene man koyi. Ni we fe ne send nipa no e di ateme de hye me say one tina nka mu bi maso ade tama asma ba fe wa otma fa nipa bugu so e discuss about me. Just na ko tran kan abie podcast say podcast enya sebi ogun no ni adaji onya sankufa betra so do wa adaji bi o say we business man a o wadwuma bi ye we serious no unya na betra platform so da se ready so get at see the say
Kwadwo Cancer where Jimmy sa or ne kremba toilet crop so ko toilet mba. Where Jimmy too much. Now I chose the perfect time to address it. Because I'm PC mujo in the heat of the moment to a premiere, and that's not the main idea is not even to distort it. He said that's his business. Or say what the $1 million ni shame. SG more certain capacity of a year cinema no say o premiere no every day for the next 1 month, and I said na at the rate I are charging, there's no way he can make that $1 million a year dollars. No, $1 million. The way there's no way he can make it back. Inti say no ankasa echrim say $1 million no dey. My plan is not to say maybe me na no aduane, because I am that type that I appreciate help in any way, shape and form. Now, obi otie me wo Radio 1 would know that I had a segment where we drop financial literacy and financial gem. So in one of my editions, of course, now I quite remember, I think it was a Tuesday or a Wednesday. And it was Wednesday and not Tuesday. One of the days are near financial literacy. So I was telling people about Sika. And especially for young people who have started making purchase of land with the intention of building, where to start from and where to go with it. I learned one thing the better way. Say, if you are building, do not build from your principles. Oh, maybe you got some quick money. Maybe when your deal be forward, maybe the amount of seed money be of, let's say, some 40,000, 50,000, let's say 100,000. You have 100,000 from a business deal be when you say a boom amount. Naturally, where we are from, and when I say where we are from, I'm from the Ashanti region. I'm part Ashanti, part Bono. A foot when they say, oh, sikakesi ebe beka sa to asase ne sidan. So I was doing financial literacy and I was telling the people, just look, it's the wrong thing, because I did that at the age of 25. I started building. I built my first house at the age of 25, and that was because I had a deal, multiple deals with Ciroc. From Ciroc, I signed onto Origin. My deal with YFM, I made lots of money. Big deal. Until building the identity was the thing that came into being. But instead, no, now was saying, come this says, "Sikana me nya ini nyina no." Now say me di investment, and then the profit from the investment, or I say me be a business be, and then the profit from that business, and no mum na was me the code down. Because with building, esika ko shemu a emmebiem. Unless you are building to use it to rent, and sana ababe ye a cash making venture amount. But anya sadia ebeye ka amount. And that was financial literacy. I learned it the hard way. So at 25, when I did that, my wife was pregnant. So I was forced to do other businesses and other jobs that I actually decided not to, because I told myself, say, active DJing, I wasn't going to do it after a certain year. So I forced to now play gigs. So I was now, because I'm here, to me book club. Now, many artists we ye show. And a man maybe share who could do cancer, and I mean, no one guru near bushes, your bottle. Your boy, we are made there as a DJ, now dear mammy. So I quite remember, say, tak radio so near boy. Yeah, buy and I think I dropped at some place, and I'm more some more S5. I'm so okay. The person quite sharp, quite checky move. So I'll meet you guys there. And I called you, Ray, say, oh, I had information, said, I work at me to hospital. Yo, me kakra wano from show no. Mo from adie mame. Na my word. So I came there. Me buy and Ray, you met me and you gave me my cut. And my cut for playing with you, me patron pesa man 14 years, was 1,000 Ghana cedis. Me 1,000. And I okay so kwajo crash inside kwajo say Jack. Also I work out here dear Jack. Also the 1,000 aka ho ama. And kwajo kan sama me 1,000 Ghana cedis. I appreciated it so much. Intino. Day I will buy a major financial literacy, radio. It was a perfect day for me to explain to people that Ubetimanya as a young man, but know how to place it. That's how you can actually go broke, or you'll be forced to do other businesses. And who crying here say be an abia on share who boss obey side, by you. It was all here because we here do. And this is what happened when Kojon Cancer came into the studio of Radio 1. Produce a bo video no. Or bar Radio 1. Bo video no. Basic capra na medwa go yin afri hospital na. Wow. If I want to read my miska, and I'll be my miska. This is like 6 years ago. Yeah. This is one of the biggest revelations. So I know money in neck. What could you? Who say you do? Everyone, edit task man. You saved me on that day. Yeah. I'm telling you the gospel. Wow. That day, and you kill us me on Pima. Come theatre. Come here, so say Cabana, come banda, so
I'm a customer, say, young Poncha stem.
Madame, you know,
St. Kenny Penny and I, Papa say, and could be a chance to Cassia. Kenny Penny, she meaning Yatamada. Any Peruvian guy.
Nipo, the Peru.
A castle dry, got a pinch or dassy. To be to do what more than 5 years. Says yes. Her day, because someone of 50 5 years, I say. A baby. We should be near any Panama 10 minutes, boom, say, we could do fast food. Check, you put a feet in you. That could pass the phone and that could pay more to pay. That will chat. Yes, like a young man, I will say, Tia. Where's some Konuta? And you drew never. When I'm one, savvy and sour, what can chance of Grusson? I tell me, Michelle, no one. Then I see. When the bank wanted to go, and I will say, sis, and baby.
I think so.
Yanko producer me da say kwamna kwato say you are honest when you are go oh there be na some media no krenti na man phone pe ma say media no kredi na me mfa nipa na asiensie o me mfa nipa na asiensie da. So this video that you are watching is actually a video dated by 4 years ago. Time and I'm already one. And the incident I can ho asem no as at that time, 6 years ago, and I can 10 years ago, as any. Now, Kojo Cancer goes and posts this one back on his social media, claiming, say, Mimi a DJ Slim, Mimi you're ungrateful. Now, Mr. Mon circle the word ungrateful, no, Mon circle, because my baby addressing who, and I'll show you who is the most ungrateful person in a situation like this. Kojo Cancer, this is Sasem Wesi around 2015. Yeah, it should be there 2015. So 2014, who could do this with MTN? Guess what? Who was the person? Why? And the circle because now they did not want to book you again. They did not want to book you again. Oh. Why they didn't pay you for no quarter? Eko kasai. Wajo. The brand ambassadorial deal, yes, they swept it off the table. But why? MTN for no why me person will buy out why? In the kudi is uncommon. Why o manager? Barbara for crowd intro. Why? Oh, Lord have mercy. When you put in a context, say, yes, if you work with somebody, nani pano is so mu embrace you should be appreciative. Okay. Miamwa jako die, sa time a wo bana movie mu, obi amfa interest ni. Omo yes okay, yemfa wo men obi te se ejako. Na ejako image no ene ne han no ebi ntɔ so. Nsɛm na sesi e wo ka fa ejako ho. Wo kwadwo nkansa. Nsɛm na sesi e wo ka fa ejako ho. You want to know who's ungrateful? You want to know who is ungrateful? Kawone kwaku madu de. No, producer and person obo na man 40 nsɛm ejako kan. Ejako kan. Say oh, you be present akoda ne man na ye kwadwo nkansa ye se nkansa ba. Ebia no obi anhwe first one ye se nkansa bia ba na ne ho esere. Na ye pese ye de ne be oji wutum. Sesi e wonam se obo ye ko interview ni ebusa so we a. Wo se obo ayi ase wo ye podcast wo ye oni asebu amemfimu na interview. A foolish person like you. Very, very foolish person like you.
What do you have to say? I don't know for cash on in Lowen, a problem.
Kwaju. Let me answer. I say, you know, you say, you're we say, Antonio Buani, Abedi Pilinka.
Yes, of course.
Obisi Daddy Lumba, and a champion yet in Casa been a choir, you know. Into now, I say, Kwaju, dear, some was set to Sunday, didn't buy Mikai Cabentum. No, me Bacasa say, Eja wadaruma misu sinimu no na Jackson Kebentum afrane ana wanga bi friend atobra.
Okay.
Oye costume o mo na ye me namfofo pa me ne omo 96.3 me nimu omo pa chese me ne omo di nkomo wanga bi aba ye friend no enkansa na yesi wo ye no ho strepa ye pese ye ma woni no e play role bi na mo yesi ni we na say why not ye mu ye pese ye twa alatafui to obi aba prayer bi aba obetimi aba ade na ma ya mo nye mo obi amra na ye adwuma na chese ye take lead no enti kwadwomini ni ya ohia me papa o chia me kama
when last did you speak to Ejako?
Why?
Ejako.
Why?
When last did you speak to him?
Why?
Ejako.
Oh.
When last did you speak to him?
What? Oh boy, yes you. And as I say, yeah, boy, yes,
when last did you talk?
Yeah, Traswati. And this idiot, this imbecile, this foolish boy. Ye busa opinion was me embrace no. Would ye busa obi a wo so mu edi ugina baby a ugina. Would ye busa o de a nyambe tuauka kwadwo kansale we. Very, very evil guy. Very evil guy. Yo, Bessin, Charlie, also you are making fun by your insults. Facha me because I'm in my feelings right now. Feelings I'm a woman here say. I thought say at least or kobenya nkaye bi e wo niam bebre ho. Kobenya nkaye wo niam bebre me so me therefore. So ma me 1,000 Ghana cedis. Nka anye 1,000 na nka I gave you that props live on radio because I appreciate human beings. Do you appreciate others? Do you appreciate others and what they've done for you? And that is not to say that was the cause, because a CS class is a session, yes, CS back. As at that time, 1,500. As at that time, 1,500. Into your fans, and I'm the and this is a private hospital. I'm just painting a picture. My wife was at a private hospital, of which a day at that facility, plus that private facility is owned by my friend. That private hospital, a hospital, of which my sister, who is a doctor, also works at that hospital and also at Konfanoche. My direct sister, one mother, one father, is a doctor. You're trying to paint a picture now, say, yes, I will give you that pop. I want people to appreciate you. Say, yes, you were generous to me. Nanka Kojo, that time I know kasa yeti interview no so aniye kasa na. I had built my second house. As at that time, 6 years ago now, friends say 4 years ago, I built my second house. Tieto de bia ya na ensem bebre o kasa uni ni pa kasa uni kwaku menu the same thing. Was why invited kwaku menu say omra o show so and many kwaku menu interview the time now na person me catch no, but me imagine say oh my money ntwam nko. The type of backbiting I will hear to your fellow Kumawood for in Seattle and Sama Okeka form. Why are you and Guru not working anymore? Guru gave you some of the biggest bangers. Young Kuros way. Zach way. Open so Tio Munina side. Now, the Zach Yama, you more Zach Choma Unina. I blowing Zach is not even getting anything out of it. But the last conversation, busa about Zach. We say some managers now, papa no you were insulting them. You were insulting them. Posting a video of me, doesn't take anything out of you. But as usual, what do you mean to know? We don't say what do you mean to know? As usual. And I'm sure one in changing now. I'm going to say, what kind because you've also been in that situation before. Open some can want some kojo. Men can want some. And we here. Oh, what permanente say slim a bot kwakumenu nyom radio so better crowd. Or be frames is here, could you can't be frames is here. And I man now when I say and ni pantem say nipa. That's the type of person you are. But if you pay close attention, Jumana or you can say Jumana or you didn't pan you. Missy the idea met my babbit now, Mamma say, oh, I'm furious will be a home. Babbit, and I say, and ponum cran nipa may appeal to or more hemen. And untina, a betro say, did the attempt yard or so mestimuno. Best in betro say, did the attempt yard or so mestimuno. Because minim say, as some make an nipa 80. I might go overboard. Yeah, me nipa. But what there is a character trait. Obia hu hia ewo movie mu apart from wo. Officially, I am convinced that you are jealous of Ejako and the legendary status, but you can't do anything about it. You can't. You can't. You can't do anything about Ejako's legendary status. It's impossible. Untimi. Ejuma wa ye gu ho awie. Ejako workings back say pe. Sa producer fatu so tin that alone, that iconic moment alone. Producer bomb say boss a video no mami. Boss a video no mami. That work alone is enough. It captures your whole career. Other than to fight him, why haven't you thought of say maybe meje menene be kabum? Oso mimu abra me yakwada menene ba be kabum. No asa to ni nhire su asa agudie be yesu. What na UTV ana me free way away ma me free way away ma. Me free way away ma. Kwaku manu a wo so wo frɛ na won ba kwaku manu ka kire wo say wo also wa frɛ several times. Say oh, apart from say aggressive interview no kra no, was send this script ma for a series well you know. And me frɛ wa enye sika na me di tua. Kwaku kan say sika ben na wo. Sika ben na wo. I'm daring you right now. Put screenshot to bank account. Or account now screenshot to. Never beto. Na ya numbi se defo ise kra no ye nka hu kra nyame adaroma kwadwo nkasa wate twabo ne suanyansa movie baako ukum nipa matanko ma etwe o ade didi obi atam didi ajakwat movie baako Munyano mese madika aka yes legendary ajako mese walking we nkwa alone kai what producer for sound ne ka ho iconic. Why don't you embrace greatness? Why can't you embrace greatness? What is wrong?
Ding ding ding, wat een lekker ding. Schoonheidskoningin in jouw bikini string. Ding ding ding, ik zie je het zin. Zet hem maar erin, die tongpiercing. Ding ding ding, bel mij voor dat ding. Mijn telefoon zegt ring, ringelingeling.
Akwabo Ebenezer say Martin Kuma should take the defamation money. He's just a fool too much. Where Jimmy Toto cancer, where Jimmy too much. If there's anything, he's talented. But if there's anything that is going to bring him down, on one kasa ne de on one ho ebebo form. On one or the on one ho bebo form. Obi amfa ne mbofo mu e na nya duro. Eye ne nsem kaye said your kasa. Said your nini perility. Nin sem kaya ne bed onwa de ne bebo form. Because guess what? This time around, nkofo bi wo ha ebia na omo ye adwuma ma because of ebia one slim relationship. Ebia na nkofo bi ye adwuma ma because one Zach relationship. Nkofo bi wo ha omo bi o makoma mu accept obi bi because of ebia one friends ejako relationship. But if you believe say oh omo hu hia biom na say dia ma mindidi obi atema wa wujejireje inti kwadwo still na me da ase 10 million na ade ma me 10 years ago no me da ase e adwuma me ye e ma mo na me beji misika e na o si o se me se me si na me kwa akohwe me ye nko ade a na o de taza be so o me da ase me ne me busuafo nyina kwadwo ye da ase o ye da ase ayi biafo sisi ya ayi bibiom 10 years sisi no ne man bokosoro so they say so ayi akora no kora mbehwe na nim da nti sisi no ne ma kosoro 10 years wanyini so class 4 is saying wanyini nti no pekakra ne sa bra so they say be hia bi why that's ebru kwasia Usa flowers no Usa flowers no Yanko ah you got the flowers one in the bed on one in the bluebird what's it done you what Wumbum, wumbum, wumbum. Producer. Mami njina sa you so na menna manfo bi nsusu ase. Let me use this opportunity to also thank Dr. Likey and na me that Dr. Likey ase with respect to event bia me bia. Unim say I don't even need to call Likey. Se me fa phone afraid Likey say bia me ye bibi. Likey tisa me ye work with DJ Slim. No akasa atwe camera sine so. No atwa video. E promote or the associate skit mu. And you say be my phone afraid of us offer. But he does that out of love. And he's never asked anything in return. Like baby, I will be a nyamisha. With that being said, and I know how offer tier. I mean, he accepts. He's an open book on what he will be a futu. Into obi say when na kasa ye wo kwan ane ne be kasa. Kodwo nkan sa men kasa na sem men kana sem da. Kopim so decided so all tangent way of which I feel is extreme. The man ni gya yonko fa. E wo ho na men kana asem. But say ono so a pilot niema wo ho a opeso to highway no so. But enya hwe. Same nyansani no yebusa na asem a obeka no in a different way. Nti nyansani Akebeniza address on Ekwadwo cancer way. I want us to watch this last video and then we bounce off this topic near Koyanim. Producers a video now already afatun. Dr. Likey addressing Lil Wayne issues. On one can say promote to some man for any movie. Meanwhile, so who platform or say or no dear on your stand and a backward name you are addressing him directly in that video. Patro producers a video.
Enko wiase e de mesa fa akonwan so ye ne aye nua Akwadwo Cancer obe premiere the movie okay umai gina the country called Ghana umai gina ye nyitwi why so post no post why so we say no aye because ni monyam ne ba anya ono nkwan na eje ye nyina na ye de ye je etimesre umai ensa se ni promote movie no hardcore na movie no entre enko wiase afa na nyina yeah
Onunya platform wo like inya platform wo positive energy towards you. God damn it. Anyway, Kwabena Kwati also honesty remains the best policy. Meaning Akwaku don't give it up under any circumstances. The quality that endears you to right thinking people. Yes. Certainly, UK or CEO Slim, everyone knows this is how has been. He doesn't deserve the back and forth. Focus on the program. Give us something good. We need entertainment. This is not entertaining, please. Yes, I'll switch it up. So, Patro share link and let me jump on to other news right now. Now, more information with respect to DSTV. Well, DSTV issues, you know, a corner impasse. He say, baby, I could do it. I said DSTV for taking an entrenched position. But before that, Minister during the week, Eka said, Minister of Communications, Sam Jata George, or no NSIS sitting a parliamentary member for the Nigo Prapram constituency, or say, what my DSTV for, and now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the month of August by 7th, and they attend into Aka 4 days, or more 7th August. If say Oman to DSTV, nebo onoswa, or neomo, a deadly. A country called Ghana inside. Pacho, a producer Fameko.
D had depreciated in the preceding 8 years by 240%. And they claimed that my request for a reduction on the basis of the appreciation of the cedi was unfounded because, in their words, the appreciation of the Ghanaian cedi over the last 6 months has been a fluke which could not be sustainable. As minister, my fidelity is to the Ghanaian people. I have had to act in the interest of the Ghanaian people. And I believe that the Ghanaian people have been fleeced and exploited for too long. I wrote back to the NCA on Monday and directed the NCA in that letter to suspend the broadcasting license of DSTV effective 7th of August 2025 if they fail to effect a reduction in their bundle prices. I cannot, as minister serving the Ghanaian people, continue to watch what can best be described as plain stealing happening to the Ghanaian people. In my letter to them, I gave them scenarios from 7 markets that DSTV is operating in. The same content in the premium bouquet that is offered to Ghanaians for $83 equivalent is offered to Nigerians for $29 equivalent. How can anyone explain this price disparity to me? Enough of the mistreatment of the Ghanaian consumer. They either comply with the reduction, because in Nigeria, in the same time frame that they say the Ghanaian cedi has depreciated by 240%, the Nigerian naira has depreciated by 409%. If Nigerians are paying equivalent of $29, DSTV must charge same here in Ghana, or we will suspend their broadcasting license effective 7th of August 2025.
Openyina Kasa Samjata George Wakasa, and I think it's a bold statement from the Minister of Communication. Once it's been put out there, that means the entire government, the entire NDC government, rally behind Minister of Communication in the decision. And so we can say one way or the other that is government stance on the operation of DSTV in a territory called Ghana. Well, multi-choice for our responded being a Sunday. We say 24-hour economy in a year until this time around. No, what the information about to no. Say amount for and to me amount for 24-hour economy, it is booming. The DSTV for they are operating 24 hours. They have also released the press statement. And we see on media statement. This is how it reads. And and as along the lines, media battery, I also do that. Now, media statement: DSTV pricing in Ghana. That is the headline. It says MultiChoice notes that MultiChoice notes with concern the recent statement made by the Honorable Minister of Communications, Digital Technology and Innovation, Mr. Samuel Nati George, regarding DSTV pricing in Ghana. It is regrettable that the Honorable Minister has taken this stance, notwithstanding our ongoing endeavors to engage with the Honorable Minister candidly and in good faith on this important matter. In an effort to arrive at a resolution, we made a proposal to the Honorable Minister and the National Communication Authority, that's the NCA, on an alternative further engagement avenue. Having operated in Ghana for 30 plus years, we value our employees, contract staff, dealers, installers, agents, and retailers in Ghana. We are mindful of the dire implication that an impasse may have on you and your livelihoods. And we assure you that we are committed to working together with the Honorable Minister and the NCA to resolve this matter. MultiChoice values its subscribers and endeavors at all times to keep DSTV subscription fees as low as possible, despite the extremely challenging competitive and macroeconomic environment in which we operate, without compromising on customer choice and the quality of service that we offer. While we appreciate the recent appreciation of the cedi, which we have never referred to as a fluke, it is not tenable to reduce the DSTV subscription fees in a manner proposed by the minister. MultiChoice remains committed to constructive engagement with the Honorable Minister and to complying with all applicable laws and regulation in Ghana, and trust that the authorities will do likewise. And it's signed by Alex Ochre, and Alex is the managing director for DSTV Ghana. Nintire muni nyina asem no ne tenten ne tietie nyina ne say DSTV so omo ntebo no so enye possible so obetebo no so da or say enye possible bona am ye kan wasem. And premium bouquet across board, there are several territories and how much they pay. So the conversation was, okay, what is the cost build up? Then DSTV bo ayedin ewo Ghana. There's a 29% tax imposed on them as against other territories. So we'll do the comparison from Ghana and Nigeria. of which Nigeria is somewhere around 7% or 9%. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I bet to be corrected on. In fact, I stand to be corrected. Yeah, I stand to be corrected on that. Good. There's also the issue of a year cedi depreciation, as in the cedi na hoɔden as compared to other currencies. That's how I should put it. Enti cedi no ɔmo kyerɛ mu a ɛyɛ mmerɛ bi mmerɛ na cedi ne yɛ ni nti no so ɔmo carry cedi bebree no ɔmo de akɔtɔ ebia ɛmfa ne say let's say upload link and I say whatever it is, like in their dealings they spend a lot of cedis in doing that. So say cedi na hoɔden ɛba from dia, that means also ɔmo tum sɛ deɛ ɛbɛyɛ a ebetumi make it for that. It is an mienu way and a in contention right now. There's also the issue of population of a country, but we'll tackle that later. Honorable Minister say, Nigeria $22 for a premium bouquet. Ghana $82 or say $83 for a premium bouquet. Sana Honorable Minister eka. Na time a mo pesa mo kire say, ye cedi no ahụ de wo form no naira kra eko be 400%, musi Ghana ko 200%, naira ko be 400%, but man tumu Nigeria mu tumu Ghana enye fine. Minister say on tiase affect ade bi won trim. Minister say empo matumu a mu de mu tumu for a period, say no cedi no for be 6 months ni cedi na fa no ntuma pefra wojira ne na so say ahojo run about ponko no inti adenti na cedi ne fa no ntuma pefra no adenti ena monye ma adwen say mu be kom like mu be adjust the price no pay the situation. This is the argument of the minister, and I'm sure a lot of Ghanaians also share in that sentiment. Say okay, so mo say ye mre na mo te so asisi ahoden abam then na mo ya afa ho. Now the case of market and population in different markets also comes into being. A man for presume so oh ne bo kra ebia ne bo no ye $22 in Nigeria, all because Nigeria for doso. Na man for say okay, no problem. Yet ase. But Eswatini Chrono total population here 1.3 million. E hono ye $52. As against here 33 million, amodeji ye $83. So where does more balancing conversation am I? Back we 1.3 million. Chrono in size here 1.3 million, and omoji $52. And I 33 million, still moji 83. It's the idea no minister said no, it is not adding up. It is not adding up. But well, comment section are open because just so you know, by the 14th of August, football season is starting. Football season is starting. All games are here, and of course, I can tell you say all okay, make all then I'm being too no, menka all. Most of the DSTV subscribers in Ghana currently any football now, I'm sure say the baby, the DSTV baby. Menya sure. Coming to the comment section, we have like 54 people watching us right now. If say what subscribe to DSTV and what's your reason for subscribing to DSTV, just let me know. Let's do a simple analysis right now. Simple analysis, like a simple poll here on YouTube right now. DNT and I subscribe to DSTV. DNT now package. I can say it for myself. In my house, I have DSTV. DNT I made DSTV subscribe here because of football. Football pet. Minim before fra. Minim. But I made a football tea and I'm subscribed here. Comment section on Patreon. Let's do a simple poll. Who DSTV? Let us know and let us know the reason why you have that. In 2 weeks' time, Honorable Minister. In 2 weeks' time. And a third. That means 2 weeks, No, it is not 2 weeks. Let me just do because on the 14th, all the major leagues are coming back on the 14th. I think it's the Bundesliga, any other league been a mobile call the next week. But all the leagues are coming back by the 14th. That weekend, no? Teams are kesiebo. I think we have a Liverpool Bournemouth game kicking off the EPL or something. Yeah. So you should know, say, you should know, say, the same people who are advocating for, say, oh I'm protecting the consumer. The same set of people. So now there's also a bigger conversation that I want like we need to have. What happens to almost subscription? Are they going to refund if their license are the DSTV license is revoked? Yeah, for the esika bemayana. Because metia for August. It's in person who honorable, please, I have a question. Please, say, please, I have a question. Pacho misika no the be mami ana adai. No, I was saying tiase honorable mama tiase. Mama tiase was say adai dia near who be bia. Yeah, they are offer. Because it's quite complicated. Certainly, okay, also BB in Argentina was subscribing to DSTV. Was that one self once in a year? And or yeah, no, Kwabena is I support the minister in the push to ensure consumer protection for the people of Ghana. I really do support it 100%. But you say Kwama nipa, I also don't saba akoko. Now other hand no. Ode won saba akono kun ama omo. Or other hand, and I was also sad or more ankasa because nipa na all fighting for no. A bedroom have been some on Bekacho, and I know how Ghanaians love their football because our local league is dead, and I'm sad to talk about it that way because Edding, we don't even have a sponsor for the league. We also don't have a TV rights. I think the last time I'm saying there's some media I don't know how the conversation has got into, and that's how bad it is with our local league. But with the prime, the EPL money in the La Liga, Bundesliga, the French League and all that bro, unless DSTV, the UEFA Champions League, oh my god, bro. Apart from CAC Kashimuno, how do we get access to that content? Is there an alternative? If there is an alternative, the minister should come out quickly and let us know if there is an alternative and the pricing. And I say, alternative no. Now they are giving us, this person is also giving us content, the football content at a cheaper rate. There's no way a DSTV beat my bluff for you. There's no way. Say, if there is another service provider, friends, TV, satellite TV service provider, no, so bet mama access to the sports content, the EPL, the La Liga, the Bundesliga, all these leagues. So bet mama bia. Kai. Sam, mumra no mumbe compete DSTV. Bring them in. No, because competition is the only way. Competition is the only way we can get the best as a consumer. Because coming in with these tactics only makes them, because they know that there's nobody that can give that thing. Monopoly ninti no omaye kuntan. My kuntan, almost monopoly no na ama omaye sa. Ba ubie mu a so open inside, minister, open inside. BM and leave them. Who BM you be do 22 and you be do $22. But listen, the Nigerian friends and satellite Ghana for Nyano. Missing most of them were Nigerian. So ube kwa fie muno. Missing most of them were Nigeria for Edian. So because it doesn't make sense to pay that amount of money. 869 Ghana cedis for a premium bouquet. Bro, let me do that math for you today on the show for you to understand how much you are spending on a premium bouquet. And now bet all the football matches. So yeah, if you are paying 869 in a year, you are spending 10,428 Ghana cedis, over 100 million. Yo. Almost your month so. For now, the infantry hosa. My main messages kakre was Ebenezer set. Obo is a DSTV, if not for football, nothing they top. Old movies in Kwan. 21st is saying this DSTV Ghana doesn't have any good entertainment rather than repetition of movies. Well, there are any sanity. But let me touch on my last issue as we wrap up on a year and next session. No, massive shouts going out to a year production. A year na natural also 36 and also surunso out here fidie no ho a umiemia a year fidie ni mfruma making sure say bibia ekoso. I wanted to touch a little bit on the Mr. Drew case, but I'll do that tomorrow in a separate editorial that we'll present. But my main touch on Kofi Jama and Ghanaian Records. There's an official statement from Ghanaian Records, and the statement came as a result of a rant and a series of tweets from Kofi Jama. Kofi Jama started by saying, I'm in the Wama Amunim Kofi Jama on the ball. Yeah, ma diati. You say kosu Joe kosu. Kofi Jama. And if someone thing can these days being active in the industry, he came out to vent his frustration with the record label, saying, I'm no longer with Ghanaian Records. For those who've been asking, our contract ends legally this year, and they stopped reaching out since last year. It's not fair when you ignore an artist approaching the end of a contract. At least I need closure. I reached out several times, and but to no avail. I never signed my life away. I fulfilled and did everything that was required of me. I would appreciate it if we could sit down and talk about the remainder of the contract and part ways peacefully. But not hearing anything from the label ends over a year of but not hearing anything from the label and over a year is cruel. That's what he's saying. And it basically shows how artists are taken for granted. I have nothing but love and adoration for the label and the people that I work with, but I'm being forced in this situation because my life and career is on the line. Any lawyer on the TL to help me through some stuff? FYI, the main reason I would this is not to seek for a lawyer, but as we say, a lot of meat doesn't spoil soup. Sama Kofi Jama and Ghanaian Records, I think, said also Oma are responded, and this is their response. Let me see if I can get that one on the screen as well. The official press release and so Abba with respect to Kofi Jama and Sama Oka. Ghanaian Records and hold the Kofi Jama down. And I said, and record label. Now, this is what they're saying. Our attention has been drawn to, and we wish to address the recent public statement by Kofi Jama, the artist, who is currently signed under an exclusive contract with Ghanaian Records. That is the label. Yeah, we must start here into brackets. And there's a law for an about. Lawyers are bad. I say, whilst we acknowledge and respect the artist's talent and contribution made during our journey together, we believe in upholding a standard of professionalism, integrity, and mutual respect. Values that are core to our brand and essential to our partnership. Unfortunately, the recent actions and statements made by the artist on social media and in public have been inconsistent with the expectation outlined in the contract. To reiterate, the artist remains under a valid and binding contract with the label, and as of today, he has yet to fulfill all his key obligations under the contract. Also, there have been repeated breaches of the contract by the artist, notably the unauthorized release of music through the personal distributor account and engagement in business activities without the label's consent. Actions which are all direct violation of the obligations under the contract. Additionally, all the material Additionally, at all material times, the artist has had full and ongoing access to both his designated managers and the label's regional head. Accordingly, any claims that the legal or the label, any claims that the label neglected or ignored the artist are unfounded and true. It is therefore regrettable that he has chosen to air grievances publicly through misinterpretations rather than address them through the proper professional channels. Accordingly, we find it necessary to clarify that the views and behavior expressed by the artist are his alone and do not reflect the true state at God One Records and appear intended to damage the label's reputation. God One Records nso atuja na mutu January Kofi Jama esa be picky official press statement no senior man hit you Kofi Abutre. And I've spoken to Jama to me, I'll tell you some stuff. Kofi Jama says, how can a label go inactive for almost a year and expect the artist to remain sane and not survive? Whilst you all know that music is what I do to feed myself and family. So was it an initial plan to go inactive to ruin my career, or it was inconsistency on the label's behalf? That is what the young man is asking. It has wife. Ayere. Kwabna Kwatin says no phone lines today. Kwabna, and the phone lines, and they're different, but I'll address it in the latter part of the show so that you can actually join the conversation. Okay, so this is my reaction to it. I had a conversation with Jama, and my friend, when I saw it online, I do a backdoor, any information in animate me, and he was. Jama is a friend. Jama is a brother. We have history together, and he was like, "King, I didn't know because on Tiasia, because label no as o mayi o mani ama no. Adwuma what I also release. He has tons of projects. He even has a song with Sarkodie, and the label is sitting on it, not to release it. He doesn't understand why the label is doing that. And he believes that the mistake was on his part because Oko into the deal, he should have gone in with unknown people to handle him. But he went into the deal and they gave him a team. And the team don't understand him. They are not proactive enough. And there's a lot of back and forth with respect to dealings and like the flow of communication from Ono to the topmost head and from the topmost head to Ono. There's a lot of like misrepresentation, distorted facts and figures, like a Neman Kosui, chain of a Neman Kosui. And one thing he said that, he got emotional was, I don't know if it's right for me to even say this. A hassle, DJ Ken said the name hassle or bantam memory be abesu. This is the situation that they are trying to get me back into. And Okansano, I remembered a couple of instances, and it got to me. I will not lie. It got to me because I've seen Jama at his lowest of lows, and I've seen him on the topmost level where we met, I think, last 3 years in America. I say we came for an event and then we were in America, we were having fun and all that. So I've seen him ground down from, and I've seen him, living his life to the fullest. And he's trying to tell me that, look, this is what his songs are not moving, he's not in conversation, and so no cry be mad because he's not getting the buzz. So really pa. I can't take a stand on this. Mean to mean take a stand on this issue. Jaman in a record label, I can't take a stand on this issue. What I can do is use the situation because the events are still unfolding. Use the situation to do a couple of education on record label and how the system works. It's best you go into any type of deal with people who understand you. Okuma, wo road manager, wo direct manager, they should be people that you know, that you've worked with. That's how Rema was so beshi. And it's not say God one in yebi or say I appreciate it. Oh no, they bought him a car. I think he has a Kia Optima. They put him on. I mean, in the initial stages, what they were supposed to do in the contract, they fulfilled everything. But for an artist, no, the biggest thing that you can use to hurt them is to sleep on their craft, not to make them being heard. Like oh, the antenna I'm challenge you there. Oh, I feel say, and you know, he told me that he went ahead to release a couple of songs to get back into the conversation, of which if the business is seeking, say, Omonsa Ebeka logins to the distribution platform or the tour, he is willing to give it to them. Or see, he just wants to work. He wants his works out. That's all. There's no because or try so freeway ways you yanti we free her Charlie wait we go call you. Then you go call them and they no go pick. And say, yo, what is it? He just wants to beg. So I see what he did as a public cry for, as a kwadesu for attention. He's just crying for attention. I don't think he wants to leave the label. No, I don't think he wants to. And I asked him that as a question, and he says, no, I don't want to leave the label. I just want them to still, the same type of love I'm going to be signing me when I had a course and all that. Charlie, show me that same type of love. So God want for whoever you find yourself in paying for, the young boy needs your attention. It's just whatever you saw online, I'm paying for. It's just a cry for help. The boy just wants to be heard. The boy wants to get back into the conversation. The boy just wants to work. If there's anything that is stopping him from, and are stopping you guys from doing it, I think it's best that you have, a conversation with him. Get money in him come on tia say be adwuma ya yedru baby say yentimi nye bi. Oh, I'd say be a football player, be a person autonomous team for be a person autonomous team for. Just be straight with a guy. Just be straight with a person. Who is straight with a person? Charlie, be real with the guy because the boy is really hurting. I'm not gonna lie. I'm the type of person I'll tell you not to leave your record label because they've invested in you. And that was the type of conversation I was telling him. I was, yo, Slim, and yes, how Ken, and yes, I don't want to leave. I just want them to pay attention to me because Juma. And there are lots of things that I want to do. They're like musically because and why they are not releasing them. And it's like, oh, bad day. So on one kasa na afechi and on one kasa extra music video. Why and as well extra music video and we release it. On one afechi yes but enumpo no say if you want the logins to his or the nyina be ma aka be 1 year na contract end on person be twen say 1 year o de mumu anya adwuma say de be at least ska kra mo de ahye mu nkwa you can be able to get it back. He just wants to work, bro. God want for baby am obi answer dancer yem mesre ama menu akofi jama mesre. I dey beg you guys. The boy needs your help. I dey beg you guys. Whatever the conversation may be, mesre mo. Mo de say adwuma na mo pesa mo ne, o de just openly mon kan kire no. Na say bi obenye obi foforo this ka beba be hye mu na mo balance wo so otua mam bia no. Ontua mesre mo. Me pa bufai. I dey beg. We dey beg you. Because that boy is super talented. I'm not gonna lie. He has his flaws and all that, but nipa or to say yes, we problem. You're correct, sir. Yes, Remo. Kofi Jama, try and reach out to the people again once this video gets out. I'm sure be am penny phone decision be on my take it they might rescind the decision and then get onto the engagement table again to engage you further. Me wrap up was 2 hours now soon. In fact, another I quite 3 hours. Thank you so much. You guys have been amazing. More I'm sharing online BR. If you want to join the feed, and also I think we can set one vmix call, and it's very simple. If you want to do that, just get onto www.3ws.vmixcall.com, and when you get in there, we'll just drop a password for you here. All you need to do is just write your name and the password near the two screens, and then you can join in the feed for a brief second. That is and then we move on. 3ws.vmixcall.com. Production, you bet me and I say sorry. So your time now, so production is trying to say time now, so we can't go any further. But anyway, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you. You're far too kind. In the comment section for our comment tour, I'll do a special comment review of whatever we did today. I'll do a special review session, and then we'll get to also engage further. If I'm a DJ Slim say akoko a bonko kroku baby, I will be a street is watching for yen. And the that was say your tones are frail say bra never share you my dear friend or for the culture no one so will buy on behalf of production a year and a try 36 and a year or so surunso nyame enshram your producer kese on also all year juma for in a more professional way spanky boga spanky, yes, international, yes, and I say no a lyrical don dada behind the microphone. I mean him say spanky or bosso lyrics when we are J Mike or bosso lyrics or bosso Mike and yeah boga spanky on his size, yes, boga amigo. Maybe I will be amigo chachi international original don dada obigitete Allah. Hey, I be for big respect to you. Maybe I will be a Yaminsu Shram. Yeah, that's it. You be share our flip side, over and out.